Hi, Team Southwest. I hope you're having a lovely start to your week. I've got four teachers to have a chat with you about today. I'm starting off with Renee Curtis, who is currently in country and working through the Northwest team at Art Franklin Academy in Northwest London. She is currently closest to the East Acton Tube. She's looking for a position for this September. She's with Vive. They're looking for something for her as well. And she wants to be about 40 minutes at most travel from where she's leaving home. And she's very keen on a Key Stage 1 position. She may well be moving to Clapham around February of next year. So I wanted to alert you in the Northwest team today to Renee and really push for her to have a job lined up by the end of the week, or I think we'll lose her to Vive. And she's a particularly strong primary teacher. So just reminding you about Renee, so she qualified over 6 years ago. She's got amazing experience over here in Australia. She's got a Bachelor of Teaching in Arts from University of Newcastle with a strength in creative arts, and she has been working in regional and urban settings for those 6 years that she was in Australia. She has, like I said, most recently been at Art Franklin Academy in Northwest London, very challenging environment, but obviously doing well. She, prior to that, had been at a school called Ettalong Public School in Rowell and Hassel School in New South Wales, where she was working with students with additional needs with behavioural disorders and emotional disturbances. She doesn't want to go SEN, she wants to go mainstream, but she's really strong with those kind of students. She's worked in a myriad roles. She's been a PPA teacher in Australia. She's worked for the Life Education Unit, where she travels around on a bus giving school students insight into having healthy minds and bodies and nutrition and education on drugs and that kind of thing. She's had to develop all of those lessons and work with students from various backgrounds and be really self-motivated in that kind of a role. She's, like I said, been, because of that, in rural, remote, urban and sort of suburban locations in all types of socioeconomic environments. She has taught blocks in grades 1, 2, 3 and 4. She's been, like I said, a PPA teacher. She has UK experience now, but she was also very confident in our NAPLAN or standardised testing over here as well. She's got senior first aid. She's done lots of community volunteer and after school activities and sports programs. She's really strong in creative arts. She's got excellent ICT skills. She was the specialist technology and IT teacher at Woodport Public School for a while. Look, she's an easy placement, hopefully, for you for September, and I'd hate for Vibe to get her this week. Apparently, they're looking and sourcing roles, but she'd like to stay with us, so let's really try and find her something. The next teacher is Anna Fraser Lopez, who is a teacher that's currently in Australia, but her background is that she is from Spain, I believe. She has an EU passport and she's got 2.5 years of experience. Her teaching areas are physical education, health and Spanish, but she's also been in a primary school environment this year, and doing sort of TA and relief work. She's got a master's in secondary education in vocational training and language teaching. And she's qualified in Spanish, like I said, physical education and health and social care, and has a master's in secondary education with a Bachelor of Physical Activity and Sports. In 2011, she taught in Spain and Hungary. She's been an out-of-hours school coordinator in Sydney from January of last year at Bondi Primary School, so working with students across all primary levels. She's also casually taught at this school as a primary teacher, so, really we can push her as a primary teacher. She's worked with students with a range of additional needs, including autism and Down syndrome. She's also been a swimming coach here in Australia, and she was a professional swimmer herself for 10 years and a water polo player. In Spain, she taught from 2010 to 11 at a high school as a PE teacher, and all of the classes at that school were delivered in English, so she's got really strong English. She's got first aid, emergency, life support, CPR. She's a trained swimming teacher. and she's also taught in Hungary in 2008-2009. Good references, so hopefully she'll be a placement this week as well. And the last two teachers are is Lamiat Batula, who is a physics and mathematics teacher requiring sponsorship. She's Nigerian and she has 24 years of experience. She has a certificate of an education with a major in mathematics and physics from 1991. And she can teach, obviously, right up to a senior level. She's currently teaching at Bakuna High School. She's teaching maths and science there. She's been there since 2009. She's obviously taught the national curriculum while she's been there, modified plans to meet individual education needs. And prior to that, she spent 3 years at Festac Girls Senior School, again teaching maths and science. And she was the Principal Assistant Education Officer at the school, so she's taken on additional roles. She had 3 years at a school called Oderfin Senior School, where she was the head of department for science and maths, and she managed a number of staff members within 2 departments. So, very capable teacher, and good references as well. So, requiring sponsorship, but certainly in those subject areas we need. And finally, we've got Danielle Power, who is very specific. She wants Brighton. And she needs sponsorship. So, but secondary, hopefully there'll be some schools out there. She's history, geography, and just general humanities, as well as special education needs. And she has 3 years' experience and holds a master's in education. Let's have a look. So history, geography and French she can teach to A-level, as well as special education needs. And she's got a wide variety of experiences in classrooms, in full-time kind of block roles, as well as day-to-day supply. She's currently employed as the Modern Foreign Languages and Humanities teacher at a school called Bexhill High Academy in East Sussex. And during this time she's received consistent observation grades as good. So she's got UK experience. She's been involved with assisting students in out-of-work hours to work on second language skills, and she's worked with students enrolled in foreign language spelling bee competitions at a regional level. So she's over in the UK, obviously looking to stay longer and gain sponsorship. While she was in Canada, she was a French teacher at Lumsden Academy. She took on additional responsibilities there, inclusive sports program with all ages, and extra curricular activities and excursions that she was involved in. She worked for 12 months as well as a lead special education teacher at Sacred Heart School, and she was working with students with a range of additional needs and modifying and differentiating curriculum. And in Canada, she was also just a general supply teacher, so she's used to working across all subject areas, and she's been a Year 6 teacher at a community college in Canada. So hopefully we can get in touch with Danielle and find a school and she can meet with them face to face. So yeah, good luck with your teachers this week.